Hi, this is Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Mom, Vicky,
and Dad.
And this is another Cooking with Kenshin1913.
Hi.
We have our dress down day. As you can see, no aprons today because we're making what?
Antipasto.
An antipasto. This is less of a recipe and more of like a how-to guide rather than like actually making everything.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what antipasto is, it's basically an Italian appetizer platter filled of meats and cheeses and marinated vegetables. So one thing that we do for our antipasto is a lot of deli meats. So we have a selection here: pepperoni, salami, ham, pepper ham, which is crusted with pepper, and mortadella, which is Italian bologna. You can see there are big chunks of fat and peppercorns in it. Some other things that we use on our antipasto are prosciutto and other favorite deli meats. So I'm going to show you how to roll them. Okay, so what we'll put our deli meats on is a platter. We have a nice sectioned off platter here, but you can use any platter that you like. Okay, now we're going to start rolling our meats. So you take one slice, you just roll it up.
Yeah. And you're probably not going to roll all of that stuff. We probably
And
put...
if it pops up,
Yeah.
that's okay.
It doesn't have to be perfect. And yeah, so she's just going to roll things, you know. Don't be afraid to have one or two while you're doing it, because there's a lot. And usually, what my mom likes to do, she probably gets, what, maybe a pound, half pound of stuff?
It depends on how many people are coming.
Yeah, this is a dish that we only make when we have a lot of people coming over, especially on the holidays.
And an antipasto is something that you eat before your main meal.
Right.
And it's so good that a lot of times we fill up on this because you eat this, you take a little bit of everything and you eat it with a piece of nice bread, and then you don't feel like eating your main course.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the cheese. This is a piece of provolone cheese. I don't know if it is imported from Italy, but they this big and long. The outside, the rind, is gonna come out because it's not good to eat. That's wax.
Yeah, so you're just going to slice off the rind. And you can kind of use any cheese you want. One of the cheeses you probably should use is a hard cheese, like a provolone. For the most part, we put cheddar in there too.
Cheddar,
Usually
sometimes mozzarella.
Yeah, if you got it.
We're going to put that in too.
Mm.
And the rind, you could save that. You could actually put it in a bag in your freezer. And if you make like a beans and macaroni, some people, after they've cooked the beans and macaroni, take the rind, put it in there while the stuff is hot,
ml.
and it gets a little bit of the flavor.
And then you cut them and you dice them.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you just want to cut up in little cubes. And he's going to throw them in a bowl. Sometimes the bowl goes in the center over here. Sometimes it doesn't. This is a difficult recipe or thing to explain because it's basically just like getting the certain things. And you know, like I said, your antipasto can be pretty much whatever you want. It's cheeses, meats, and usually some like eggplanted, vegetables and stuff. You know,
Pickled.
Pickled.
And this is kind of, I guess
It's a
antipasto,
smorgasbord.
yeah, is a charcuterie on crack.
Yeah.
Okay, this one it's yellow cheddar. You do the same like I did with the provolone. You cube it.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get everything uniform.
So I am taking some tin foil, small piece of tin foil. I ripped it in half. I'm going to make a divider for the cheese because this is another way to present your cheese, and sometimes your guests don't want everything mixing together, and I'm especially one of those people. So I'm going to just put the cheese here and have it divided up. Okay, so I'm adding the second cheese that has been all nice and cut up, and it's to save space and you know, have a nice little presentation.
As you can see, our antipasto is coming out pretty nice. You got your meats and your cheeses all separated and everything. And now my mom is going to show you the veggies and all that eggplant, pickled things.
Okay, so we use roasted red peppers. We use green olives with pimentos, black olives, of course. You could use Kalamata olives as well. You could use the big Spanish green olives that are marinated. These are marinated mushrooms. We have hot peppers stuffed, pickled eggplant, marinated eggplant, and artichoke hearts. And we always put a can of tuna fish in it as well. These are alich, which is a little fish, and these happen to be rolled with capers in the middle. You can buy them without capers in the middle, and they're just flat. Some people put sardines in there as well. So again, it's really anything that you like or your guests like, and you're just making it all up. And we're going to show you how to do the tuna fish and the alich. So of course that stays separate as well, because some people don't like it touching their other items. I opened everything and I drained it. I'll probably go back to the sink because I could see that there's still some more water in here. And same thing here, there's still some oil. So I'll probably go back and drain it one more time before I put it on the plate.
Okay, so what you're going to do to help separate is make little bowls or boats. So what I do is I take a piece of tin foil, a pretty good sized piece of tin foil, fold it in half, rip it, and then make a bowl. Just by lifting up the edges and crinkling them. Just so it's kind of more sturdy. Okay, and we'll put that here, and we'll put the tuna fish in it. And you just scrape it out.
Yeah, because you don't want to mix your fish with anything else, because I don't like it. Yuck, I say.
I also don't like things to be mixed together on a plate. Alright, so I made the next boat out of the next one, and I'm just going to dump them in there. They come out really easy because they're oily.
Yeah.
And there you
Those are anchovies. Yuck.
go. Don't yuck someone's yum.
Yeah, well, I don't like anchovies, and honestly, if I ever made my own antipasto, if someone doesn't like anchovies, I'm not putting them in there. But they're good. They give you that nice umami flavor or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have, you don't have to put them in at all. It's just that our family does like
Right.
them.
That's why, honestly, you can just do whatever you want. This is why we're just showing you kind of like the basics.
Okay, so I'm going to take some of each of the marinated stuff.
And just stick it in. And honestly, I'm not even gonna try and add like the actual like amounts of things. Maybe just the ingredients that we're using.
Yeah,
so
because
that,
you can make this just really so much smaller as well.
Yeah, you don't even need.
Just depends on what you like in it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my roasted red peppers, and they usually come, it's a whole pepper. So you're going to take them out. If there's, when you do roasted peppers, sometimes you could take a little bit extra. There might be the burnt when they were roasting them. That's a episode we should do. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these up into pieces. I'm not sure if you could buy roasted peppers that are all cut up. I'll have to check the grocery store when I go. There's no flavoring in these. They're just fire roasted. So we're going to add the flavoring to them.
Right.
Roasted peppers are delicious on sandwiches. All kind of things. Okay, so we're not cutting them tiny. We were slicing all of those big pieces up. So we're going to add a good amount of garlic powder.
I'll try to have this in the
This is probably, I want to say, add a half a teaspoon.
No, that's definitely a teaspoon.
No,
that's
the garlic powder.
The garlic powder, sure.
Little pepper. And a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Just enough to coat it. Gonna mix it up. And that's how easy that is. And this, as I said, I could just make a sandwich out of these with Italian bread.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting some marinated mushrooms.
Right.
We're going to get some artichoke hearts, which are lovely. And then I'm going to show you the hot peppers. And the hot peppers, you can actually lay them around. You don't have to put them all.
Yeah, obviously, you know, we're putting so much stuff. You might want to use a second.
Yeah, sometimes.
Second thing. Don't be afraid to use the second.
Sometimes we do that. We'll do one dish of all of the different meats and cheeses, and then we'll do one tray of all of the marinated items. So these are the hot peppers, and I'm going to take them out and I'm going to cut them in half. You could leave them whole if you'd like, but you only get 4 or 5 in a jar. Now these are stuffed with breadcrumbs. It's a breadcrumb mixture. There's also one in the store that's stuffed with a tuna fish mixture, so you gotta make sure you look at your labels.
Yeah, you can use, if you want, you can use that one too.
Yeah, either one.
Alright, so here's our antipasto. I can't believe we were able to fit it all in one dish, but you got meats, cheeses, what are these again?
Marinated mushrooms.
Yeah, mushrooms, fish, olives, all kinds of nice, delicious things. Everything that could honestly go in a roll, because that's what we usually serve it with. So let's chow down. So we're doing something a little different. Here's our antipasto. Instead of having it lifted up and showing you and everything, we're just going to pick some stuff and have some sandwiches, because that's usually what we do with our antipasto. So I'm going to take a little bit of this ham here.
I don't eat sandwiches. I put it all in my dish.
Ham and cheese, that's what I do.
I'm going to take some of the salami.
Can I get some of that ham? Some of that cheese.
Some of the mozzarella.
Can I have some cheese, please?
What kind of cheese do you prefer?
The cheddar.
The cheddar?
Sure.
Anchovies.
And I love olives. I just picked those with my hands.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Mmm. Just something terrific about being able to eat meats, cheeses, and veggies with the fam. And yeah, this is it's just great. Give it a try when you're having a big family event. So I've been Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Mom.
Dad.
And Vicky.
And please let us know if you try this and what you put in your antipasto. Enjoy and happy eating.